Alright guys, welcome back to Socially Bearded, and today we're going to be actually talking about... Hold up. Hey, you brought me macaroni and cheese. I said bring me that mac with the cheese. Women. Alright guys, today we're going to be talking about Bearded Sons B.G.O.E. We're actually going to talk about his regular line. I've got 3 scents that were sent to me by Dylan for the review. And I've also got the Mac with the Cheese collab, known as the Botanical Garden of Eden. We'll also be covering that later in the video. Okay, so Bearded Sons B.G.O.E. So, a couple of years ago, probably, 2.5 years ago, Dylan was looking for something to take care of the beard itch. This was long before Bearded Sons B.G.O.E. Actually, was probably even a thought. He started buying products kind of like we all do, from Walmart, maybe Sally's Beauty Supply, places like that. They sell the big box stuff, the really well-known stuff that most of us know not to be of the greatest quality. And I think it always left him, wanting something more, thinking, this can't be beard care at its finest, even though that's what the packaging says. So he started doing some research, kind of, looking around on Google, stuff like that. And, one thing after another happened, and he finally ordered some stuff. He put together some oil, just for himself. He started using it. And after a while, he decided he really liked it. It was really working well for him. He made up some samples, started passing it out to family, friends, co-workers, the same old story. Just start out small, pass out samples, if you get good feedback, then hey, you might have something here. Well, that's actually exactly what happened. He got really good feedback. He was really impressed with the feedback that he was getting, so he decided, hey, maybe I could sell some of this. And that's what that's exactly what he did. So in March of 2020, Bearded Sons B.G.O.E. was officially born. Right now we're coming to the end of March of 21, so he has either celebrated or is about to celebrate his 1-year anniversary as an actual company. Kind of depends on when the video drops, but we're right here. We're right here at the 1-year anniversary. All right, let's go over the ingredients: jojoba, almond, avocado, apricot, and argan. He's got a lot of A's in there. That one's actually kind of hard to memorize, so kind of bear with me on that. So let's take a look at it here. So you've got a very light yellow, really clean looking oil. We're going to go ahead and call that probably a medium to medium thin. This particular scent is called the Journeyman. Really nice scent, by the way. We'll get into that here in a second. So his butter ingredients. Now, before we go over that, this is one of the most unique whipped butters that you're gonna find. Okay, this is an extremely whipped butter, right? So it's very light. Okay, very, very creamy. Like that took no effort. See that? It's really close to a beard cream while still being a whipped butter, and it's gone. I mean, that quick. Sometimes something this thin leaves a greasy feeling, or it can soak in too quick and almost leave something to be desired. Maybe you feel like you didn't get the proper nourishment. But really, I think Dylan he's actually done a really good job with this whipped butter. As thin as it is, I can use it overnight. That's when I use butter, is overnight. I can use it overnight, get up the next morning, and I don't have that crunchy hay beard feeling. There is definitely no hold of that. That's going to be obvious. You do not get any hold out of that whatsoever. Once you break it down, I mean, it's like there's nothing there. Even though there's plenty there, you do have to use a little bit more. I have to use a little bit more than I normally would of a whipped butter. Probably double the amount I had on my finger there. But again, like I said, it is a super creamy, super whipped butter. There is one problem with it. It is a 1 ounce, and it is $14. So I would like to offer Dylan the feedback of up that size and drop that price. I don't think $14 per ounce. I think that's a little high. It's not horrible. You know, that would be $28 for a 2 ounce. There is butters out there that cost that. However, I think that price needs to be around $20 to $22 for a 2 ounce. You know, especially on a wet butter like that. So, you know, just a little feedback offered there. But as far as how the butter performs, it performs really, really well. Now, jump over to the oil. Now, the oil's a different story. The oil is going to run you $15 for a 1 ounce. That's, a lot of people call that perfect market average. I call that a little lower than market average. I've talked about this before. I think the market average is $17.50. Nowadays, you know, the price of oil is kind of going up because the ingredient quality is going up. Any feedback on the oil would be, you know, that'd be something that Dylan needs to talk to me about. It is a good blend. I think Dylan can do better. He does a really good job. He cares about what he does. You know, I can tell that. He's got, you know, really nice crisp labels. So a little bit of feedback about the labels. I would prefer it if I could read that a little bit better through the camera. That might present just a little bit of a challenge, having that solid black label like around there. So that, and like I said, I think I can offer some feedback. I won't do it on here, but I can offer some feedback on his carrier blend that might really help him out, if that was some feedback that he might want to hear. So, you know, like I said, with that being said, guys, this regular blend, as far as the fill and beard, the consistency, you know, it's really nice. I can't tell you a reason not to try it. If you think the butter is too expensive, you know, it's just a 1 ounce. It is $14. Pick one up and just see if you like it. And then that way, maybe one day he ups the price or ups the quantity and lowers the price. And then there you go. You know, you've got something that potentially you really, really enjoy. All right, so let's move on to the scents. All right, so I've got 3 scents to share with you today. The first one is going to be what you call Jack of all trades. Now that right there is a simple teakwood and sweet tobacco. If you've ever had either one of them scent profiles, I mean that kind of explains it right there. It is the teakwood is kind of a earthy, almost a cologne. It's a really common ingredient in some colognes. So it's got a little tinge of earthy cologne to it, along with that sweet tobacco, which is one of my favorite singular scent profiles. So this is a really, really nice scent. I mean, you get exactly what it says. You know, you get teakwood and sweet tobacco. Next up is going to be Leather Up, and that's going to be leather, sweet tobacco, and vanilla. Again, this one is just exactly how it sounds. You know, there's no hidden notes in here, no nothing like that. You get the sweet tobacco. You definitely get the leather. Man, he done that leather just right. He done that leather just right. It's not so overpowering that you don't pick up the sweet tobacco. And I think the vanilla, you know, I don't get a lot of vanilla out of it, but you know, sometimes vanilla is a pretty soft scent, so I think it's probably just there to help kind of tie the other scents in. But all in all, it's a really nice scent too. So that's 2 for 2 in the winter circle so far. Definitely recommend Jack of all trades. Definitely recommend Leather Up. And last but not least, we got the Journeyman. This is going to be my personal favorite from the regular line of the scents that I have. Now, for the scent profile on this one, I'm going to direct you towards his website. I will throw it in the description. And the reason for that is it's got a lot. It's really complex. It's got like cedar leaf, plum, rose, and several other things. So what do I get out of it? I get a sophisticated, I can't call it a cologne. It's not a cologne scent. It's sweet and sophisticated. You know, you just kind of put it that. I can't pick out any one singular profile. It's blended, you know, really well. So sweet and sophisticated is kind of what I get out of it. You know, it's got some citrus fruits and other things in there with it, and you know, you kind of tell the direction it's being steered into. But again, I don't pick out any one singular profile in that. Alright, so let's move on to the collab. Now, everything about this collab is different from the regular line. And I mean everything. Maybe it's in the same bottle, but apart from that, it has a different carrier blend. It has its own unique scent. The butter is not a whipped butter. It is not a 2 ounce, or not a 1 ounce. It is a 2 ounce. It's a poured butter, like I said. So we will start out with the ingredients. Now, there's a few ingredients here, and I hate doing this, but I'm going to read this one off the bottle. You've got emu, jojoba, hemp, avocado, apricot, and argan. So you hear the first ingredient, which is emu oil. Come up, you definitely tell it's got the emu oil in it. It's got a slight yellow tinge with a really super cloudy. That's what emu oil gives you. As far as filling beard, now this right here, this can be, this is a really nice, blend. Could that blend be the replacement for the regular line? It absolutely could be. Like I said, I get really good, moisturization, get really good filling beard from it, and so anything that has emu oil in it or a significant amount for me is right down the road medium, leaning towards medium thick, and sometimes I don't like that, but in this particular blend, I think they balanced it out right. It's not too thick. Sometimes emu oil can be too thick for me, even though it does soak in really well. So again, definite, great filling beard. Pretty good value. We'll go over the price here in a second. But like I said, everything about the oil right now, I'm really enjoying. So the butter for the Botanical Garden of Eden. That is a all-around, fully poured butter. Now, I know what you're thinking, Mick, it doesn't look like you use very much out of there. Well, I don't use a lot of butter, and I surely don't use a lot of poured butter. I use less than that right there. Even that's more than I would normally use. It does not take a lot of poured butter for me to get the proper coverage. But for a nice thick poured butter, it melts right down. So I think there was some pretty good testing done with this. Like I said, that it melts almost as quick as his wet butter, which is outstanding as far as how quick that melts down. You don't have to sit there and work it. You just hit it a couple of times and you're ready to go in beard with it. How does the poured butter work compared to the whipped? Believe it or not, because I'm a whipped butter guy, but believe it or not, I actually prefer this poured butter slightly over the regular line whipped butter. As long as I don't overuse it, and I've said this 1,000 times, as long as I don't overuse it, it works really well. So the scent profile is going to be honeysuckle, blue sage, Japanese cherry blossom, lemon, and lilac. And the first thing that comes to pretty much everybody's mind is, oh Lord, that's going to smell like a bouquet of flowers. So, right when you first crack this open, or right when I first cracked it open, that's what I got. I got flowers. Just straight up flowers. And I got to be honest, I didn't like it. I said, oh, that's too floral for me. Honeysuckle and lilac can really throw the flower smell to it. Now, Mac was good enough to have this sent to me. Dylan, like I said, Dylan sent it to me, no charge. So I'm like, you know what, even if I don't like the scent once I put it in beard, I'm going to wear it anyway. That way I can at least shoot a video, bring a spotlight to it. And so I went right in there and put it in. As soon as I put it in, completely changed. So even though it's not a super complex scent, it does change the minute you get it in beard. The lemon comes out, the blue sage comes out. It kind of masks the honeysuckle and lilac. They're still there, but in a good way. I really think the sage is what brings that around, to kind of make it from a ladies type scent, and that kind of rounds that out to a man scent. But as far as the scent overall, once I get it in beard, man, I'm absolutely loving it. Like I said, I couldn't be happier with it, especially for what's in it. Maybe a little tobacco, but I say tobacco makes everything better. So yeah, definitely, Dylan, good job on the scent. Mac, you did great, buddy. I appreciate you guys for sending all this stuff out. So now let's move on to the price. So the price of this collab is $40 even. You can use my discount code, SB10, all caps. Take it down to 36. Now, you have to add shipping to that. So when you add shipping to that, that makes it $41 and some change for a 1 ounce oil and a 2 ounce butter. Now we're talking. So, in my opinion, the price is right. I mean, basically roughly 40 bucks for a combo shipped to your door. I think that's spot on. Alright, so quick little conclusion here. If I had to pick one blend or the other to make that the permanent line for Bearded Sons, I'm definitely going to go with the Emu blend, the Botanical Garden of Eden. I do prefer that over the regular blend, but don't let that scare you away. The regular blend is really nice. There's nothing wrong with it. Again, I could offer some feedback to Dylan, you know, to kind of, I think, make that better. Or at least it would probably make it better for my beard, specifically. But I know a lot of guys out there that absolutely love this product, you know, and I'm not sitting here saying that there's anything wrong with it, because there's not. I just, you know, there's always room for improvement, and I think I could offer Dylan a little bit of feedback as to how to kind of start those improvements. And with that being said, guys, that will do it for this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. Drop me a like. Definitely drop me a comment. If you have this collab or anything from Bearded Sons, drop me a comment below. Let's talk about it. I said mac with the cheese, not macaroni and cheese. Do it again. Hey everyone, thank you for watching. If you're new here and you want to support the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And remember to follow me across all social medias.